This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Wisconsin. I am here with Keystone Click. Since 2008, they've been helping educate and support businesses with their marketing initiatives while providing fully customizable digital resources. I am joined with Lori Highby, who is the founder and CEO. Thanks for joining us today, Lori.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here today.
Excellent. I mean, really, you have many titles: podcast host, speaker, educator, entrepreneur, digital marketing strategist, but your team simply calls you the big man on campus. Um, Prior to launching your company, you've worked in sales, advertising, search engine optimization. You've taught in college as well as teaching small business to Fortune 500 companies. You have a career of over 2 decades of educating and empowering others. Share with me a little bit how this passion got started for you.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I was going to school, actually, I was working full time at a marketing agency. And I was going to school for graphic design. And then I took a sociology course, and I was just blown away and fascinated by how branding, messaging, colors, experiences impact people's buying decisions. So I just changed my degree to marketing, and I went all in with marketing right there.
I've always said there's a psychology to marketing, and like you've learned a sociology to marketing. The digital world is changing constantly. I mean, new business, they set out to take over the world, and yet they are great at what they do, but they do not understand the world of marketing what they do. Is that something that you've experienced?
Oh, I experience it constantly with businesses that I talk to. I actually just got done meeting with someone today who, showed me the flyer that they created to try to gain new business. And at the end of the day, I was challenging them to put themselves in their clients, their ideal customers' shoes to figure out, is that message really going to resonate and connect with that person? That's typically what I find isn't happening. And a lot of people are just throwing darts in the dark and hoping that something's going to stick when there's a whole strategic approach that can be implemented in your marketing strategy.
I mean, the process of understanding how to market yourself. I mean, it begins with education. Is education one of your core values and really a cornerstone of Keystone?
Absolutely. Education is so important. As you said, the digital space is moving so fast, and a goal that I have, not just for myself, but for my entire team, is to always be at the very least one step ahead of our customers. And we want to make sure that we're educating ourselves on the constant changes, but also paying it forward and educating our audiences. So we have webinars, we have emails, we have podcasts, as you said, that we're continuing to share how to best get in front of that ideal customer. So when it comes to building that strategy, especially with all these new channels, you just have to focus on what's important to that customer. That's what's going to be the most impactful, as opposed to just making assumptions on where to position yourself in that digital space.
You're absolutely right. I mean, marketing has many moving pieces. It is far more complex than most people realize. Why is the do-it-yourself approach not only a bad idea, but can be a dangerous and costly one?
Do it yourself. Yes, the DIY of websites and everything in the digital space. I mean, it comes down to understanding the strategy, and the strategy comes from that core education. I like to tell people, like, I wouldn't try to write my own contracts. I'm not an attorney. I didn't go to law school. So why would you try to do your own marketing? You're not a marketing expert. You didn't go to school for marketing. At the end of the day, it comes down to the life experiences and the 20 plus years that I've been in this space, that really I know what's going to work. I know the process and to put together a strategic plan. And I think a lot of people think that there's tools out there, like you could build your own website, or you can publish on social media on your own. But at the end of the day, it comes down to how impactful is the stuff that you're doing and the time that you're investing, where you really focus on your lane of expertise and use that time to grow that space and continue to educate yourself in your lane, and let the experts in their area jump in and do those things that you need help with.
With YouTube, I think people think they can do their own heart surgery anymore, and it's getting to be kind of a dangerous situation. The sink or swim approach, I mean, it can wipe out any market budget with little results. How can a professional like yourself help companies navigate so that they proceed in a certain way so that they're successful?
Again, I'm going to focus on that strategy instead of just jumping in the deep end and hoping, yeah, sinking or swimming. It's investing the time on the front end to build the plan. It's to understand that audience, to look at the landscape of the industry that you're in, look at your competition, and even look at how you're being perceived and getting some clarity on what is that goal that you're trying to achieve. You'd be surprised how many business owners I talk to when they need help with marketing, but they don't actually have a clearly defined goal. And it's really hard to know, are we successful or not without having a target that we're shooting for?
Interesting. I mean, let's get into the structure of Keystone, of what you provide. I mean, May 29, 2009, right about the time you guys just started your company, that marked the official death of the number one must-have marketing tool, the Yellow Pages. We fast forwarded today, just a dozen years later. Is the must-have today a website? I mean, is that the shingle that we need to hang to do business today?
Yep, there's two things that I always preach. You need your website and you need to build your email list. And those are important because you own those assets and you have control over the message that's communicated on those channels. You don't own Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. You don't own these channels. So even though you're building your audience there, we've already seen this happening. These channels could shut the door any day and there goes your, 10,000 followers. So you really want to drive them and use all these other tools to the channels that you own, which is your email list and your website.
I've never heard anyone describe it like that. That is totally true. We do not control the rest of them out there. They control us more than we like.
Absolutely.
It's crazy that the importance of a website, I mean, it's so important, yet many risk that vital piece by attempting to do it yourself, hiring a relative or a friend. What does a professional provide more than just the design, more than just the aesthetics of a pleasing site?
Yeah. So again, it's what is the goal that you're trying to achieve, and understanding and getting really clear on that is, are you trying to build brand awareness? Are you trying to get people to sign up for your workshop? Are you trying to sell more products online? Getting really clear on what is that next step that people want to take, and then making sure that user experience when someone comes to your site, whatever way they come in, because they don't always come in from the homepage. They can, land on any page of the site, making sure that's a nice, clean transition for them to, this is where you are today, right this very second, and you're guiding them to that journey on what it is that you want them to do. Now, there's three things that we always look for on a website. And basically, if you're not hitting on one of these things, there's issues with your site. First, is it clear and obvious what it is that you do? If someone's landing on that site and it's not obvious, they're going to hit the back button and go to the next thing, right? The second thing is, what is the proof or the validation that you can actually do this? And that's where you have testimonials, you have awards, you have any sort of media coverage that says you can actually do this. And the third thing is, tell me what to do next. There are so many sites that are out there that are like, yeah, I found what I'm looking for, but how do I get in contact with these people? Or what is the next step I need to do to start doing business with them? They're so simple. These three things, they're so important and often missed on a lot of businesses' websites.
Miss one of those pieces and you failed, and
Absolutely.
you've wasted money getting people somewhere they don't know what to do now. Hosting, maintenance, support are all these services you provide. And what about those who actually want to sell their products online? Are you able to help them as well?
Absolutely. So the hosting and the maintenance is so important. And I always like to relate it to like your phones. I mean, oftentimes you have to update the software on your phone, or, the apps are getting updated. Well, your website needs that kind of update as well, because the browsers and the technology that are serving these websites are continuing to advance as well. So that's just important. As far as people selling products online, absolutely, it's the same process. You need to be strategic and you have to understand that customer and make sure that your messaging is positioned in a way that it pulls them in and it makes them want to take some sort of action on your website.
Excellent. Okay, so now you have a website. It was designed to help you stand out, be noticed. Now the real work begins. How to get the public going there. I mean, this is where your team really shines. Digital marketing, from social media to SEO to email marketing. In marketing, is there a magic bullet, or do we really kind of need a little bit of all of them?
There is no magic bullet. It really comes down to understanding that customer. Every business is going to be different, and every target audience, target demographic, it's going to be different. So understanding what channels that they're engaging in, what podcasts are they subscribed to, what newsletters are they subscribed to, what communities on these social channels are they actively involved in, is going to make it easier for you to say, this is what I need to say, and this is where I need to say it, and get clarity on that at the end of the day.
In the Yellow Pages days, you created one ad for the entire year. I remember it. I mean, today, the need for content constantly across multiple platforms. I mean, if cash is king in business, then content must be king in marketing. Is content that connects and engages really what you provide?
Absolutely. 100%. It's all about content. And it's not just throwing stuff out there. You have to really ask yourself, what is the purpose and the intention behind this piece of content that I'm publishing, regardless of if it's a video, an image, or text, blog. I mean, there's a lot of different forms of content, but you want to make sure that you're positioning yourself as the expert and the leader in that space, because especially on the B2B side and even on the consumer side, people aren't just going to buy something just to buy it. You have to establish some sort of trust and authority in order for people to take that next step and want to buy from you. So your content should really be either educating or entertaining on some level.
Interesting. In the past, as a founding VP of MKE Search, you helped place your community on the map with search engine optimization. Be it organic or paid, are these both areas that you can help people with in business?
100%. So I'm always going to be a big fan for organic because I believe it has a longer shelf life. And we have blog posts that we wrote over 8 years ago that still show up very high in the search engines. So if you think about that time investment to do a little bit of research and write that, 1,000-word blog post, and it's getting 8 years worth of website traffic, that is a huge return on investment. Where paid, which can be very effective in building your brand awareness and creating some quick wins, paid is only going to be around for that time that you're actually spending the money for that ad to be showing up. So there are positives to leveraging both, and being strategic about how to use both to keep that traffic coming.
That is interesting. I mean, with so many ways to market, it can be exciting or it can be rather overwhelming. How can marketing automation help the small business owner out there leverage his time as well as his resources?
Sure. Automation is creating efficiency. So the more that you can map out and see, oh, there's these repetitive tasks that are happening, or I'm constantly sending this type of message to someone, leveraging automation will just streamline it. So you just, invest the time on the front end. Here's the message, the frequency that it's going out there. And then if this action takes place, if someone signs up for my newsletter or signs up for this class, then these series of messaging are automatically pushed out there, saving you tons of time while still being a resource to that community that you're trying to put your message in front of.
Interesting. With digital technology, I mean, we're able to communicate with the world faster and further. I mean, just like we're doing today. Utilizing video, podcasts, webinars, are these all areas that your team can help with?
Oh, 100%. I mean, video is one of the best ways to get your message out there. And I love video. And I mean, obviously this is where you guys are excelling.
Yep.
It's great because it's got that visual and the audio, and then you can slice and dice this content, meaning, you can take this, 30-minute recording and chunk it into smaller pieces, and you can pull the transcription, and that becomes a blog post and social media post. So I love big pieces of content like that. So same thing with video. The podcast, the same approach, the webinar. We do webinars that are about 30 minutes long, same podcast, roughly 30 minutes is a good time frame, but all of those big hunking pieces of content are beautiful to be sliced and diced and pushed out and share your expertise. You're not constantly reinventing the wheel every time you're posting on social media. You take this one chunk of content, slice it into 20 different pieces, and there you've got 20 different social media posts for you. That's efficiency.
I wish everyone got it like you do. I've been in video for 25 years. I love how it captures really the essence of who you are. I mean, your mission out there, it does it in a way like no other. Obviously, you're a team of techies, but techies with passion is powerful. As you work with a business from the ideas on paper phase to watching those ideas successfully play out online, is every day rewarding doing that for you?
Oh, absolutely. I love hearing the conversation from the client saying, this is what we're trying to do. And they're stuck because it is overwhelming. But then when we bring clarity to the picture and we start putting the things into motion and seeing the results and just seeing the joy that the client has, those are my favorite days. And I love sharing the positive news with my team to say, hey guys, we've got another win here. Good job. Keep it going.
That is exciting. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On their website, you're going to learn more about the services they provide. Definitely take a look at their team. We're talking about a team of techies, a team of professionals, but with a lot of passion to serve you. They've got many resources right there on their website as well. They've got in the way of articles, blogs, you name it. You're probably going to learn quite a bit just by perusing their website. Great content for those out there who are trying to get some really attention out there in the world of marketing. Check out their work. There's many people who have benefited from this team as well, from working with a team that educates and connects with their clients. That is Keystone Click since 2008. Website and digital marketing experts with a passion for building customer success. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.